January 19th, 2018. We're looking at the infrared lower level water vapor imagery. And as you can see, if you've watched my past few videos, how messed up the jet stream flow and all that was. And we've got this flow coming up over California. It was wrapping around tighter, not so much now. And as you can see how this area, well, this is all sprayed over. The whole country was sprayed over today. And we're going to cover some NEXRAD pulses, my sky in Cumberland, Maryland, and a few other things. But as you can see right here, this water vapor right over Nebraska. Okay. Now we'll take a look at this is from 3 o'clock January 18th till 3 o'clock today p.m. Okay, now take a look at that pulse in Nebraska, and there's one in North Carolina, which kind of lines up with these ones here in Florida on down to Louisiana. Okay, I believe that's part of the space fence. And this here, I'm not quite sure. There's a Heterodyne in Kansas. That may be something else in Nebraska. I'm not sure, causing this interference. But as you can see on the water vapor map, how that flow was wrapping right around that. And we'll move on now to, this is the surface level wind. It kind of lines up with that too, right there where that pulse was, and there was a pulse in North Carolina. Now we'll take a look at the jet stream flow. It seems to line up with them pulses too. Now I'm still trying to figure some of this stuff out, but just work with me, we'll get better. Okay. Now we'll look at the geocolor image of the United States, continental United States. So you can see heavy aerosols being laid clear from Mexico up through over southern Florida on off east. All these aerosols in the center of the country. You see that? And then we had some aerosols laid over us in western Maryland. We'll take a look at that here next. Okay, we'll start out, well, today, most days and normal air traffic days, you know, there's not that much air traffic over top of us. Planes are either ascending or descending. There's an airport in Pittsburgh, Baltimore, and DC, and they're usually, like I said, either ascending or descending, and they'll be at 30,000 feet. Now, on a day like today, there was tons of air traffic, okay, and most of them that show up on the flight radar are between 13,000 and 20,000 feet, okay, so that's low, lower than your normal, what would you call it, commercial airline traffic. And a lot of them don't show up on the flight radar. Anyways, we'll continue here and scroll through my day. This is the morning, so you can see some lines there from the planes. And this is early, you know, like 7:30, getting close to 8 o'clock in the morning. They just kept going, spraying. That's looking east. Sun's down there, looking east. It's on my way to work. And then, here, so you get a clue how low this fellow was. Alright, more pollution. Here's when I first got to work. 8 a.m. I believe. several planes going at once. There's probably 5 or 6 going there. It's hard to make them out because they had sky so hazed out there. You could see the frequency patterns starting to emerge. Anyways, get the point on that one. There you're seeing more frequency lines appearing. This is, I don't know what time this is, probably like 10 o'clock. But there's a few planes going again. You can see how low he is. This is my phone camera. I believe this is spraying today. Are you helping? I don't know, with the jet stream manipulation. They ain't calling for rain or anything unless it's to kill rain, because they do lay aerosols to. If you know who One Pacific Redwood is, I would check him out. He has some good information. He always talks about how the aerosols are sprayed over top of a incoming moisture field, which it creates a capping inversion layer, which prevents atmospheric lift, which is needed for precipitation. But you know, you watch his videos, it's the same thing over and over off the California coast. He does the West Coast. What I'm aiming to do is more east of the Rockies, since there ain't nobody that really does it. I'll get better at it as I move on, but anyways, we'll continue. And the planes just kept going and going. Then the sun finally poked up over the mountain there, and I got this intense flare today. Every once in a while I'll get it. I don't know what it's from, probably maybe particulates in the air, I'm not sure. Here's some pulses. See the frequency ripples starting to appear. See how low this guy was. And there, I believe this is a video. There I caught him. He turned off there. He just laid a short trail right there and then turned off. Wigner. Okay, this was after lunch here. You can see how low this guy was. I wasn't even zoomed in. That's zoomed in on him there. Okay. Keep going. Try to keep this video under 10 minutes. Funky looking cloud here. Looks like faces. Or you're like your fist if you close it and look at it. And then frequencies are on from here on out. Take a look at this here so you know what it looks like from above. And it was just this area right here. Western Maryland on over to southeast Pennsylvania. And you can see the heterodyne effect going. This roll coming down. And the roll's going east. And you can see where a plane cuts through there at the end. There's southeast Pennsylvania. Same effect going on over there. Right? And it's funny how, and I catch this a lot, this line, the perfect line in the sky, coming right off this ridge. It's funny how these planes are just spray there. You can catch them turn on and turn off. Like, what's the purpose there? I'm trying to figure out. There you can see that line from that plane. Anyways, we'll move on. And yeah, from here on out, look at these. I mean, look at that. Can you say zap? Alright. One of these is a video, so you can get a good look. It's just insane how people just don't even know what's happening above their head. They don't care. I don't get it. Because this is anything but natural. The sky didn't look like this 15, 20 years ago. 10, 20 years ago. And it's just gotten worse over the past 2 years since I've been watching. I mean, it just gets worse. The sky gets less and less blue. It's really sad. You know, I try not to let it bring me down. I often joke about it. But, you know, it's a way to get over it. Anyways, well, there's one more thing I wanted to show. This is from a friend. He's in Baltimore. This is from today. He catches this quite often. And this is nanoparticulate fallout from airline traffic pollution. Now, you can catch this any day that the sky is clear and you can filter the light right. Now, with the naked eye, you can catch the nanofibers. I catch them often. You can see them strung over lots of stuff. I just seen some the other day. People trying to say it's ballooning spiders. Well, in the dead of winter when the temperature's been 10 degrees for weeks, it snowed and everything else, I don't think it's ballooning spiders. And there's another guy in Florida, he catches the same exact crap falling from the sky. But anyways, we'll end on that note, and we'll check back in later this weekend.